Last two, last two.
All right, y'all. So we got Elite Athletics. Got my boy JP Friday, Romello Bates, trainers here in Orlando, Florida. Do you guys, mind introducing yourselves as far as, where y'all from, your upbringing with basketball? We'll keep it simple. Start it off like that.
Go ahead, Mr. Friday.
What's going on? JP Friday here, from Orlando, Florida. I've been playing basketball for almost my whole life. I want to say about 3. When I first started playing FBBA, my dad was a basketball player at UCF, so it's kind of just in the genes, I guess you could say. It's my first love. I mean, my first word was ball. First word was ball. I mean, I knew I was gonna, make it in something collegiately, whether football, basketball, or track, whatever the case may be. But basketball was definitely my first love, and it's something that I still obviously keep a part of my life today with training and coaching, stuff like that.
Awesome, cool, man. Romello.
My name is Romello Bates. I played basketball for as long as I can remember, honestly. But I didn't start taking it serious until about middle school. I started playing AAU because of JP, actually. But my summer going into 7th grade, my first year playing AAU, when I actually started working out and whatnot. But yeah, literally been playing basketball for as long as I can remember. Pretty much been the starting point guard on every team, every program I've been a part of. So yeah, basketball is a huge part of my life. So there we go.
Cool. And then let's just introduce Elite Athletics, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yes, sir. Brand.
Let's I know a little bit of the story, but let's go ahead and tell everybody else, as far as your passion for training, how did that start?
Honestly, after graduating college, and I ain't gonna lie, it kind of started in high school because how my coaches were with me, basically doing anything they could to get me to the next level, which was college. I knew that was something I definitely wanted to do. I wanted to make sure that I could also mentor and guide youth into that same direction because, some kids don't really know what it takes to make it there. They just watch it on TV and, I can do that, but don't really have the guidance to actually get there. So, once I graduated college, I knew I wanted to coach. So I was like, all right, what can I do to get into it? And then luckily, my high school coach, our high school coach, Coach Johnson, he was a coach looking for assistant coaches right when I came back in town. And then it all kind of just worked out like that. And after that, once I started coaching, I was like, man, I want to do more. So I think training was the next step. And then, made that training program. And here we are today, keeping it growing and keeping it moving.
And then as far as the training program, what sports are y'all focused on?
The ultimate goal is just to be able to help athletes in general, whether it be basketball, soccer, track and field, football, so we've had people contact us and we've helped people just work on their athleticism. We've had older adults just want to work on their body. So it's not just about a particular sport, it's kind of just like the lifestyle and how to truly work on your athleticism.
And it just so that, since we both know basketball, know what it takes, that's our, it's one of the main things that we actually, train people in.
That's the bread and butter.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. And then, and as far as challenges, do y'all have any stories as far as training goes? A player coming to y'all, expressing how they want to get to the next level, and then seeing them, develop. Any stories as far as any special players that you trained?
The first thing that comes to my mind for that one is Cam. Honestly, because he was kind of just stuck in between. He was going to his senior year. He didn't know if he wanted to play basketball still or if he just wanted to kind of give it up or whatnot because he hadn't been, he'd been struggling getting into the rotation and whatnot. So just, the whole summer going into his senior year, he just, he worked hard. We just reassured him that he was working harder than everybody else. And, he ended up having a pretty solid Senior year, he was a very pivotal part of that team, as far as just he was seen as the shooter and the hustle guy. And, he didn't become like the greatest basketball player, but he definitely was, I know you talking to him afterwards, like me and him, he's told both of us that we played like a huge part in, making his senior year better than he thought it was going to be as far as, from that basketball standpoint. So that's honestly one of my favorite stories about it.
Especially since my man went from not playing at all to starting his senior year. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't get any better than that. You know what I'm saying? And to hear that you're appreciated, you know what I'm saying? Not even looking for it, but just to hear it is it's a great feeling.
Oh,
and we train a collegiate athlete who actually goes to Kennesaw State for track, you know what I'm saying? And just like looking at his journey from when he was younger, when he came in as a freshman, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know what he was gonna, do when it came to jumping, long and triple jump. He just kept working, kept hitting us up for, workouts, training, weight room, all that kind of stuff. And now he's at a D1 program on a scholarship.
That's good to hear, man. Cool. So, and then as far as like advice or mentorship, like how do y'all go into like teaching kids, or let's just focus on the kids and the athletes? How is the mentorship handled? Is it just mainly just training, or like, I know you deal with a lot of different mindsets. Like how do you approach their mindsets?
If I understand the question correctly, I mean, it starts off with the training, and then, after that, you kind of you lead by example, you be a positive role model, and then the relationship grows from there. Like we've had people train. I have kids in college that, still hit me up, seeking advice, what to do in situations like I'm not playing right now, like what should I do? Or if they want to transfer, like just walking through, like what should I say to this coach? Like kind of just asking questions the whole way through. So it's like, it's good to know that I'm that person that they could reach out to for advice like that, because I didn't know who to go to for those type of things. Like I would just handle that stuff in my own head. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's deeper than training, but it definitely starts off with the training and building that trust, and then actually displaying positive characteristics that little kid, not little kids, but younger people, younger males or females, train both, want to resemble you,
Okay.
Yeah. Just basically being a positive role model at the end of the day. Like you said, after we train them, you know what I'm saying, we work them out. After a few, get to build relationships. Now you're having personal conversations. Now it's not just about basketball. They're asking you questions about just life in general. And, that's a big part about with training. It's more, basketball is a part of life. It's not just life. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely try to just, do teaching lessons and teaching moments like that.
And you essentially see, you watch the person go from being super shy to like, all right, I'm cool now. Like we can talk about it. And so,
then they become adults and now they hit you up like, hey.
That's what's up. Cool. And then as far as let's just focus on mentorship a little bit more. What are let's just go with 3 points of, what it takes to be a successful, we'll focus on basketball player.
I'll say the first one. I just think it's important to find your identity, find that one thing that sets you apart from the people at your position, whether it's shooting, playmaking, defense, hustle, or leadership. You have to be able to find that thing that makes the coach need you on the court. So that's really like a huge thing. People realize that late, and that's why some people struggle to adjust in certain situations, because you're blending in. Like, what makes you better than the person next to you? All right, if we both can shoot, well, guess what? I'm gonna get all the loose balls. So now I'm more useful than you. So it takes a long time for certain people to realize that, but I think that's a big thing. I don't know if you have one.
I mean, you hit the nail on the head. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, if your coach, like you said, you and someone do the same thing.
Coming from Coach Friday.
if you two do the exact same thing, you need to separate yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be like, oh, I can shoot. I'm a shooter. There's millions of shooters, my boy. Like, you know what I'm saying? You need to do other things to make yourself valuable on the court, like Melo said. So I agree with everything you said, honestly.
But, and then 1 second. Let me go over some questions. um, let's go into your models as far as, are there any players that y'all looked up to and that you use in your training program? As far as any type of workouts, any quotes, just any type of other inspirations.
It's funny that you say that because literally we have the same favorite player. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's actually crazy.
LeBron James?
No, that's your favorite.
That's the general typical answer, man. You got
Yeah.
LeBron, the Kobe, but you know,
Everybody
I gotta be
6'8".
relatable. Bro. I'm not 6'8", so I need something in
Okay.
reach.
Okay. You said Chris Paul? Okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, he and it's funny because, you know, we talked about Cam, for instance. You know, Chris Paul is not the fastest. He's not the tallest. He's not the most athletic. You know what I'm saying? He can't jump the highest. But he's managed to be in the league for years and still a starter. You get what I'm saying? So we like to use him as an example because obviously not everybody is Bron, like we just said. You know, so Chris Paul is definitely a good person to, you know, talk to them about.
But all right, and then I guess the last few questions is we'll go through our predictions of this upcoming season. Who y'all got as your MVP?
MVP?
That's gonna be like it gotta be.
Because we're gonna use this content later. We're gonna see who really you know, we're gonna use this in our content to see, like, okay, they really know what they talking about.
I don't know. It's gotta be like that. I can say a top three. I'll say it would be Giannis, Luka,
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
and Jokic.
Jokic, okay.
I think that's gonna be the top three,
in
my opinion.
That's a good three. I mean, I would add Embiid to it just because Harden taking that pay cut, and I know they're gonna add more pieces, so they'll be a better team. And Embiid, good see, he led the league in scoring last year, so he's gonna be in there as well, I believe.
And I think the thing that held Jokic back was, you know, the wins. But with Jamal Murray coming back, I just feel like they're gonna be sitting at the top of the West too, barring all injuries, you know.
Facts.
But and then Giannis, he's gonna stay relevant.
Sorry, couldn't say.
And Luka too.
All good.
Hey, Luka's
just added Christian Wood.
Luka cold. That boy cold. Like, it's like he weird cold. Like, it's like, why is he so good? Like, he's super skilled though.
The whole team, like, he's like, he gives you way too many looks. He can literally beat you inside out. Like, you can't put a little person on him. You can't put a big person on him. He really is definition of bully ball at the guard.
He knows how to expose.
It's a nightmare matchup. So he messes around and plays defense, and then they come back healthy too. The Mavs gonna be a problem for sure. It's only a matter of time.
He's that good.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time.
Okay, and then we'll just do two more. Rookie of the year. Who y'all got?
Come on now.
You know who the squad is.
You know Paolo's coming, man. Come on now.
You know who squad is.
Who else we talking
good
about?
in preseason in summer league?
What?
He was killing.
A man amongst boys, for real.
All right. And then defensive player of the year.
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
I think.
I got everything on that one.
Mark.
Wait.
Okay.
You got somebody in mind?
Y'all platform. I don't know.
No, I want to hear. I want to hear what you say.
I feel like you just started saying Marcus Smart was doubling back.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. That's a tough one. Defensive player of the year is a tough one to call.
Because any given year, you know what I'm saying? Like, who would have put Brett up on Marcus Smart? You know what I'm saying? Winning it. Because I ain't gonna lie.
A guard winning it changed everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then before that, I mean, Rudy Gobert's on a new team now, so it's really up in the air.
Facts.
Honestly, I know some people felt like they got snubbed. Probably the Drew Holidays.
Yeah, Mikal Bridges had a good defensive year last year as well.
Mikal Bridges definitely. But and that's with no favoritism because we like Chris Paul.
Yeah.
But I can't call defensive player of the year. That's a tough one.
But sure. I do think like people forget about Giannis on the defensive end as well.
That's what I was thinking though. I really was thinking that.
There's no way people forget about him.
But I'm saying like it's one of them things, kind of like your favorite player is Bron, so you know this. Like it's kind of like Bron. Like people feel like Bron should get MVP every year. You know what I'm saying? There was a time where he really should have got it every year. So like Giannis really be in the lane, stealing, blocking, like everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough. It's a year by year basis.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because I know they don't want to get the MVP and defensive player of the year to the same person.
They hate it.
They hate it. They don't want that. But he could be he definitely is deserving of it. Mm-hmm. You seen them flashes like in the finals.
And he's pissed he ain't make it to the finals this year. Might be spooky. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, that goes into my last question. Let's just do our final predictions. Who on the East, who on the West?
All right. East. First, now.
Yeah, I mean, they would if Middleton, you know.
Giannis is back. Middleton's there. I think they made a few roster changes too.
They did.
I think the Bucks is coming out just because I feel like this is Giannis's time, bro. Like last year, he ain't had no Robin, but the Robin's back, so I feel like Giannis is coming out. But I feel like the Nets are still there. Ben Simmons playing. Listen, I didn't like the Nets when they got Harden, Kyrie, and KD. But I feel like if Ben plays, he changes the whole dynamic. They're too big, and they're.
Do you know how tall Ben Simmons is?
I gotta think he's really a basketball.
He gotta show me.
He's playing with Kyrie and KD.
If
Two dudes with high IQ.
He's gonna hoop. The Nets are scary, but outside of that, I'm gonna go with Milwaukee. I would love to see Golden State go back, but I don't think so. Because Steph is
always sleep on Golden State, but they so good though. Like
I know, but I just
that's a cop out. Like, but here's the thing though: Golden State got better, and they didn't even do anything. They just got better. Like, you think about it.
We literally slept on them last year though. Like I was not looking forward to them winning, but
I mean,
it's like a show, man. I love watching Steph, bro.
I love watching the team, but they play good ball.
Andrew Wiggins gonna have a crazy year. He's gonna play with the all-time confidence. You hope Clay does, because Clay didn't play good in the playoffs, so he can only go up. They still won with him not even hooping. Yeah. And then Wiseman, you can only Kaminga gets another year. So
Moody, bruh. Moody had I know it's summer league. Moody had like 30 plus in a game, and they shut him down. Like they're like, all right, bruh, you go ahead, sit down. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's they got so many pieces, and they're scary, and they play good ball. Nobody's selfish.
So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, their ball. They play great team ball.
So y'all like them to come out the West?
Hey man, it's
I'm going with LeBron all day. Like, I can't sleep on LeBron, bro. He going.
I would love to see Bron win it.
Nah, hang that up. I'm sorry.
Is he going to go
Bron, I can't. Like, it's Bron. I feel you, bro. It's look.
I never bet against Bron.
Oh, I love Bron to win, but it's looking slow.
Yeah, but he got to get traded.
It would be crazy to go from not making the playoffs to coming out the way.
Yeah, they better have no conversations ever again.
I like going to sit over the Lakers to make it out.
Facts. Yeah. And then you got Nuggets.
Players to watch. Make sure y'all don't sleep on my dog, Ja Morant.
Ja Morant, that's my boy. I ain't gonna lie.
Real dog. Real dog.
Yeah, I love watching him. He probably my once LeBron done, he gonna be my favorite player.
There you go. He's already mine. So welcome.
Sure.
Bro, because Ja gonna get it done.
Cool. Well, I think that's all the questions I got as far as the interview goes. I'll just close it out. But all right, y'all. So we got a JP Friday, Romello Bates from why can I talk right now? Elite Athletics. Definitely appreciate y'all time giving us the insights on, y'all training program, your predictions, and your advice to, players. Did y'all have any like closing statements to any upcoming players who, want to develop their game?
As for hey man, listen. Follow us on Instagram at Elite Athletics _development. Okay. Make sure you guys follow us. And even if you don't necessarily want to work out, just feel free to message us, man. Like we love, talking to up and coming athletes. We just want everybody to be successful at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? It's not about, you know, just grabbing all the talent around and training them. It's just about just seeing people where we're from succeed.
I agree. That's from our Coach Friday. Catching that University High School. Cougars.
Hey, man.
Trying to get another championship.
Everybody who's in the university area, please go to university. Don't leave. We gonna be good, man. I promise.
Sure. Cool. Well, that's all we got. That's all the time we have. I'll hit y'all up for more stuff. But hey, thank you.